This episode is rated M for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of the PFC Entertainment Network or any of the affiliates that make this show possible.
This is the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network.
We welcome you to the Klaus to the Heart podcast. Along with Amy Sheridan, I'm Jason Klaus. We certainly appreciate you tuning in here this week. And as I was going through the rating and the signature, it occurred to me on that very moment, I forgot to upload the new open
I was just gonna say, wait a second. There's something wrong here.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do the open that we had been doing because I did make a new one, and because to commemorate your addition to the show. So we're just going to go right into it, and then next week we'll debut the new open for this program. No shit, because that's what I kept scrolling. I'm like, oh my God. My dumbass totally forgot to upload it to the Riverside account. Things have just been kind of crazy, if I could be honest with you. I took on a screen printing job, and I haven't screen printed anything since 2019.
I know. I seen those shirts, and I'm just like, ooh, I'd buy 3 of these.
The Detroit football ones? Yeah. I have plans, I have goals, right? And I'm looking for ways to, supplement income, to get a little bit more money rolling in here. And there's things that I'm going to do with the network in that turn along those lines. But I'm like, man, I really want to get back into the screen printing thing, especially as we're getting into fall. Craft shows are starting to become a big damn deal, And I think about a couple of the craft shows that I went to last year and some of the shit that these people were selling. I mean, just something along the lines of pet rocks. And I'm like, if they're making money on that, why am I not utilizing things that I know that I can do to bring more money in, right? So it was actually Jill Bain, one of our colleagues here on the network, co-host of Creepy Soup, and on that day in the 1980s, she's got a big live event coming up later this week, and she wanted T-shirts done for it. And instead of ordering from our online store, which I design it, I upload it, but Printify and their partners are the ones that actually make it. And it was cheaper for her in the long run for me to make them. And so I got all my shit out and started doing it. And he just started firing off all these ideas. I'm like, too easy. Too easy. Why am I not utilizing this? So be that as it may, I got hip deep in working on that project, and I totally forgot to fucking upload the file with our new open, but it'll be here next week.
It's just
how are you?
Days.
It is.
Today sucks ass. It's fine. We got the rest of the school shopping crap done. Because kids are going back to school and all that stuff. And I mean, just Walmart, was crazy. Starbucks was crazy this morning. Grocery shopping, of course, you're fighting all these people for produce, so that's always fun. And then Sundays are they're rough and tough. The only thing that actually went decent today was dinner, and that was literally, why is my watch blowing up? I just totally lost my train of thought. See, this is how stupid
Dinner.
the day is. Oh, so dinner went really good. Tim smoked up some barbecue chicken, so that was like super
Mm,
delicious. Yeah. And then, we had some pasta salad and stuff like that. Um, and then it's
sounds
just
amazing.
waiting on people that say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be here like early in the morning," but really they're not, and then it just like throws off your whole day because you don't know when they're gonna freaking be here, and
Hmm.
again it throws off your whole freaking day, and you're just like, well, should I mow the lawn? Should I start on laundry? Should what in the hell am I supposed to do? And so it just makes it worse. And then I'm repelling technology for some reason. My computer is going freaking wonky, and it's just not a good day, Jason.
Well, I'm glad that this particular part of the day we can look at this as the highlight of the day, right? Because
Right,
I just got done telling you I've been hip deep in this printing project, and I don't mind telling you it hasn't gone smoothly.
right,
Like I'm for the third time I'm trying to get these screens burned, and I don't know what the hell it is, if it's because of the design itself or whatever, but I've had to start over 3 times trying to get this shit right. And the third time is drying right now, and I haven't done the test run yet. I'm still not sure if it's going to be exactly the way I want it. So I totally feel you. And in terms of, like people telling you, oh, yeah, I'm going to be there at this time, I'm going to do, you are trying to plan your day accordingly. And this is why you and I talked about this not all that long ago. This is why I don't commit to anything, because
right,
it takes one wrench in the works, man, and everything is fucked right up.
right.
Fucked up. Yeah,
No,
so.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, like they had to come over sometime because they have some stuff over here that they need to pick up, So
Mhm.
it was just kind of like one of those, okay, yeah, like we'll be home, but when they come over, I know that they, usually like to talk and stuff like that, which is it's fine. It's okay with me if they talk and stuff. But I just know that it's going to shift, like it's going to stop whatever I'm doing it like in my tracks, and because they're gonna, obviously if they talk they're gonna expect a response from one of us, so you know
The audacity.
I know then we're gonna have to respond, and we're gonna have to stop what we're doing. And Sundays is I know I seem like such a bitch, but the thing is I'm not trying to be. I just like Sundays is my stuff to, get stuff done, get Chase ready for the week, get myself ready for the week, it's usually like a cleaning day too, so we usually like we'll do laundry and
It's kind of like the reset day.
right, right.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah, and I just get annoyed when I can't plan my day according. Like I couldn't even tell you what time to record, and that was annoying because then I'm like, I found myself just kind of sitting there waiting, and so I text you. I'm like, "What you doing?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, I should actually say, hey, what time do you want to record?" Because I'm like, "Hey, I could go right now," but then again, like you're not available at that particular time. So it's just fucking stupid. I should just tell everybody no for anything on Sunday because it's way too hard. It's way too hard.
That's why I try not to plan shit on Sundays, for the very reason it's a reset day.
I know.
It's getting shit caught up at home. It's getting ready for the week ahead. I totally get that.
It's
Totally get that.
everything. It's everything. And we already had like a million visitors, like I had one of my buddies come over earlier today cuz she needed to get some the rest of her kids' school supplies, and I was just like, well, you can come with me, whatever. So, um, you know, we went together. I had to get my car washed. I had to fill it up with gas for the rest of the week so I could make sure that I made it to work on time. Because don't want to be running out of gas at like 5 o'clock in the morning. That would suck ass.
That would be awful.
It would be awful. And then
Have you ever run out of gas?
no,
No.
I've
It
came
happened to me
real
one
close.
time. Oh yeah, I push the limit sometimes for sure. But yeah, that happened to me one time, and it happened in the most inconvenient spots. Like it was like kind of in the shitty part of Flint. And I'm
Oh,
like,
I knew you were gonna say Flint.
never again am I going to allow that to be a thing.
Right.
Um, Samantha likes to push that too, and I'm like, babe, just go get the fucking gas. Like, what? Quit waiting. But I mean, I do it too, and we justify it. And well, I'll get as soon as I get to that part of town or this part of the day, I'll go ahead and do that. But man, them gauges, especially these digital ones, they ain't 100% accurate.
No.
It tells you you've got 40 miles to go, but in reality, you've got maybe 10.
Yeah.
So no, I don't fuck around with that anymore. It's as soon as it starts getting right around the quarter tank mark, I'm making my plans to put gas in the truck.
Well, my thing
You
is like
mentioned
I need to wait till the weekend because the weekend the gas drops at least like 30 cents. So I need to make sure that I conserve enough and fill up on the weekend because if it's during the week, it's like at least 30 to 40 cents higher.
and you would think it would be the opposite. You would think like Wednesday or Thursday would be the cheapest days of the week to get gas because everybody's out and about on the weekends,
Right.
putting gas in the boat, putting gas in the lawnmower, putting gas in the motorcycle. I mean, when we're all doing the whole weekend thing, you would think that would be the time that it would be more expensive, but it's not, and
Right.
it's usually Mondays. Don't get gas on Monday because everybody's on their way to work. They're jacking that shit up.
That's
Um, you mentioned the grocery shopping thing and fighting people at the produce section. I have maintained there needs to be everybody who goes grocery shopping should adhere to unspoken rules of conduct. For example, if you run into somebody that you know, the middle of the aisle is not the place to is not the place to stop what you're doing, to have a conversation, and to catch up with your neighbor. Because I don't know how many times it seems like every fucking time without fail, I will run into this situation. This is why I really loved when grocery stores were open 24 hours because you go in there at 2 o'clock in the morning. The ones that are in there, they ain't there to be fucked with. They're going in there to get what they need and get the hell out. But you go on a Sunday morning, or especially right after church gets out, like that is the worst time to be going to the grocery store, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because then if you have to ask, excuse me, I need to get this product or whatever, they're looking at you like you're offending them. It's like, look, park your shit over there somewhere where there's nobody there. Why are we in the middle of the aisle, side by side, having a full-blown conversation about what kind of flowers you bought last week? Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck.
Don't get
What are
shit,
you doing?
Carol. You gotta put a name to it. It makes it more interesting. Yeah.
Everywhere we go, somebody has a name. If somebody's annoying me, they have a name, and it's Earl, or it's Gladys, or it's some weird name or old timey name.
I'm like,
We
you
went through.
take those old timey names. I'm like a Carol, a Linda, or a Karen person. It's usually
See,
it's one of those three.
and those are commonly used names now.
Yeah.
For that reason, I'm going deep. I'm pulling
You pulled
names out.
Gladys out, and that like Gladys is the name of like my 102-year-old great grandmother.
There's Phyllis too. Phyllis and Felix are like if we see an old couple out and they're being obnoxious or whatever. I'm like, God damn it, Felix and Phyllis are back at it again, babe.
No Edgar's. Edgar.
uh, I have used Edgar, yes, and not very often, but I do. We went through Taco Bell last night, and it was like 1 in the morning, and it was the only place open in town here, so it was wrapped around. That people were getting out of the bars. Yes, I everything else was closed, which is the only reason why I even fucked with it. But um, they had kids working in there, and you could tell just by body language they were so frustrated. They were having a hard time keeping up because they were so busy. And then you get people like us that I'll be honest, I'd been drinking a little bit.
And
So
you're like, move
when
it the fuck along.
well, it's not only that, but everything on the menu looks good. you know. So I'm ordering like $45 worth of fucking Taco Bell after Gladys had just ordered $50 worth of food. So I mean, by the time we get up there, these poor kids are just, I say kids, but we're talking probably early 20s,
They're kids.
and like just fit to be tied. I'm like, you need to calm down, Carl. And she's like, shh, shh. I'm like, no, fuck him. You don't need to be giving us shit. He signed up for this role. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
They don't get paid enough to put up with your shit. Speaking of drunken nights,
Yes.
did you happen to make it downtown Lapeer Days at all?
No, ma'am.
I
Nope.
mean, not like you missed much, but it was.
Did you go see Hinder?
No, I hate that fucking band. They might as well have just had fucking Nickelback playing. You know. I mean,
Calm down. Now, hang on a second.
actually, if Nickelback would have been playing, I probably would have been down there because even though they're like they're cringy, they're so much better than Hinder. Like, and the only reason why they're cringy is because of Chad Kroger's hair. I fucking hate it. It reminds me of like Hulk Hogan's hair, like when it's wet, you know. Yeah,
Continue.
yeah.
What happened?
That's the.
I love your days.
Oh well, I was doom scrolling on Facebook, and everyone was so upset with Lapeer Days. I mean, like, so okay. So let me tell you about our Friday. Our Friday, we were supposed to go to the rodeo. Supposed to go to a friend's birthday celebration. We were going to go to the Alameda Fair, go to the rodeo. So Tim gets out of work, and of course, he got out a little later than normal, and the rodeo starts at 7. So he gets out at like 4:40, comes home, takes a shower, hurries up, gets ready. He was like lightning speed at that point. So we get on the road, and it's like 5:30. We're headed to fucking Armada, and we get near Blake's, and it is just fucking like wall to wall traffic. We were still like a mile away from the venue or whatever, and it was just like you were stopped, and then like you inched up maybe like a foot, and then you're stopped, and then you inch up maybe like a foot, stop, inch up, and so on and so on. And I was just like, after a while, like I'm texting the birthday girl, and I was just like, we're almost there, but traffic is fucking terrible. And like, we have not moved from our spot. And she's like, well, I'm running a little behind. And I'm like, are you fucking still at home? And I was getting mad because she lives in St. Clair Shores.
Oh, damn.
And so I was like, are you freaking kidding me? At that point in time, it was like 6:30. The rodeo was going to start in 30 minutes. We were a mile away, just inching up little by little, maybe, you know, stopped for a while. And then it was just kind of like, I looked at Tim and I was just like, I don't know, man. Because like then once you get to the venue, like I thought something might have been up with parking. Like they didn't have any parking and you basically had to wait for somebody to leave in order for a car to go in. A car to leave, car to go in, find that spot, whatever. And I was
Hmm.
just like, there is no friggin' way. Um, no friggin' way. I just got a text from Levi. I'll explain in just a second. Um, I was like, why is my like everything's going off? Um, and so I'm looking at Tim. Tim is visibly upset about the situation, and I'm sitting here thinking it's going to take us like at least another half hour, 45 minutes to even get into the parking place. Then we have to park. Then we have to walk to the venue. Then we have to pay our money to get in. We're both starving at this point. Like we both had not eaten. Um, then we would have to stand in line for fucking a bucket of fries or something. And then we would have had to make our way to the grandstand. And there is no way we were gonna do all of this, and find a seat. And then we're gonna have to like find the birthday girl. Like there was just no way that all of this was gonna happen in the time allotted. And so Tim is like, I don't know how much more of this I can take. And I was just like, turn around, go to a restaurant. Just like, turn around, go to a restaurant. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yep. He's like, final answer? And he's like, yep. Or I said, yep. So we turn around, fucking get out of Dodge. We then backtrack all the way back to Emily City and we go to Lucky's. Sit down, we have a wonderful meal. And I was just like, let's go downtown Lapeer Days. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain. Let's see if Chase wants to go to Lapeer Days. We'll like go check it out, whatever. He's like, okay. Chase didn't want to go. He was pretty tired or whatever. He's like, no, I'll just go tomorrow. And I was just like, all right, cool. So we go downtown, and it was like all the same shit, same vendors, nothing really new. We didn't really see anyone that we knew, like I swear to God, I thought I was going to see Todd, and because usually we will see Todd and Kim down there, and
Hmm.
usually always standing in line for Bayou Billy's, which is, that's usually the go-to is Bayou Billy's. So I'm
What is Bayou Billy's?
Bayou Billy's is that it's this long food tent thing that they have like blackened chicken, steak, sausage on like jambalaya on like this rice. It's amazing, and everything is like fresh grilled. It's like fresh grilled onions and peppers, and you can get like cheese and hot sauce and all this shit, just like in this big ass plate of food. And
Okay.
it's freaking it's so delicious. It's so delicious. Actually, I don't even know if Todd can eat it because I know that he's waiting. I know he's waiting for a kidney, and that shit
Yeah.
is like full of sodium, just absolutely full of sodium. So, yeah, I'm not even sure that he can eat it being on dialysis and stuff anymore. But that's where we usually see them. Didn't see them, whatever. And then Tim and I decided to play a little game called Count the Meth Heads. We got up to 13 before we left. So, yeah, it was. it was interesting to say the least. And you know, we had our fill. We grabbed Chase a bag of cotton candy and some of those dehydrated Skittles or whatever, rehydrated Skittle, whatever those fucking puff things that they turn the candy into, you know, or
Mm-hmm.
turn anything into, I should say, because it had like fucking everything. From fruit roll-ups to Skittles to peach rings, you know, anything that was sweet, you can turn into this little, and dehydrate it and turn it into like this puff, you know, and it tastes like that. Like Chase is obsessed with those things. So we got him a little canister of the Skittles. I got him a monster bag of cotton candy, which he still has not touched. Which that is okay because I'll probably be diving into that in just a little bit. But yeah, we played Count the Meth Heads. We got up to 13 and then we left. And then we're like, okay, you know, it's me. And then went home and we're like, oh, you know, thank God we're like in the privacy of our own home and sitting in our chairs, you know, because we're old people. Um, so the next day it was supposed to rain and then it like didn't rain and Chase really wanted to go down there, but it was like 90 fucking degrees out. And
Mm-hmm.
so by the time Tim got home, he was just like he was dead and Chase wanted to wait for Tim to get home. Tim wanted me to take him down there, like just me take him down there. And Chase was like, "No, I want to wait for Dad." And I was just like, "Okay." So I was like, "This is your warning. He doesn't want to go without you." So, um, and then we went down there again. Tim was just like, "Man, I'm so tired." So we like stopped at Wood Chips, got something to eat, and then he was like spry again. You know, it was because he hadn't eaten in the heat. Um, And then we were all kind of like, ugh, you know, we're walking around and Tim's like, oh, I feel great now. You know, I got my second wind. And I'm just like, I feel ugh. And Chase was like, I feel ill too. Like, can we just leave? And I was just like, okay. So then we left and we came home and it was like fine. And then it's like today, you know, and we do the grocery shopping. We get up. So there is this thing, and I'm sure you know about the thing. So we will get up at like between 6:30 and 7:30 on a fucking Sunday to go grocery shopping, and here is why. Number one, anything after like after afternoon or whatever, the fucking store is packed, and it's like ridiculous trying to get anything. And Tim likes these little protein drinks. They're like Chobani protein drinks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to beat the Mexican buses. So in Emily City, they have the Mexicans that work on the carrot farm, right?
Yeah.
So there's like
Yep.
a whole bunch of these families and stuff. Like they have like a whole row. They're seasonal workers. So there's these two big ass blue buses, and all the Mexican men, they just load all the Mexican men up. And there's like a third bus that follows behind them, but that bus is empty and that's for everyone's groceries. So they bus these two big buses of seasonal workers to Walmart, and they come at like between 8 and 8:30. As soon as they hit, like, there's no avocados, there is no tomatoes, there's no onions, there's no potatoes. All the meat has been ransacked. They get all of the cases of water. They get Powerade and the Chobanis and all this shit. Like, if you do not beat the seasonal worker buses, you won't get shit that's on your list. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, fighting people for produce. It's literally buses of seasonal workers that they buy all this food for like the week for their families and stuff like that back home, and it's only the men. Like, none of the women and children or anything like that come with them. It is literally only the men. and they just load up their car with like cases and cases of water and Gatorade and Powerade and like all the shit, of course, to make salsa. So all of the tomatoes, all the avocados, all of the fucking onions, they get like all these fucking potatoes. Like there is bags of salad left, but like all the good bananas are gone, like it is hell. So there is a reason why we go like ass early in the morning. It is to beat these people. And the number one thing that we need to get back there for is Tim's Chobani's. So we will literally get our cart and we will fucking run to the back and grab what's left of the Chobani's, because usually there's people there that do drive themselves. And then there's this one guy that keeps on buying like all the shit, and we're just like, you're not even a part of those buses. Like, but it's like he knows that they're coming too, because he will grab as many as he can. And then we're just like, dude, you're gonna share some with us too, like because there's usually four flavors, and I know that this is extremely boring, but this is
No,
this is why
I
we do what we do, and it literally is a fight. Like if we want to make anything with tomatoes or onions or potatoes or even have bananas, you have to get there like ass early, and then
so this is at Walmart.
this is at Walmart.
So it begs this question:
Yeah, why
if you know
don't we?
this is going to be a thing, why don't you go to Kroger or Meijer?
Okay, so we have done that before, and
Hmm.
buying the same shit, the bill is like at least, I'm gonna say 40% higher. Walmart is the cheapest.
Okay, I
Es-
can understand that.
Especially when it comes to meat. Like, because they will just pick all the meat. Like, you will not have a fucking steak, not a roast, not any pork chops or chicken. Like, they fucking ransack the meat, too. Like, so meat's super important as well. And Walmart, believe it or not, and I know fucking Sean's probably going to kill me because he thinks, I'm a butcher at Kroger. Like, Kroger has the best meats. They do have some really good cuts of meat, but Walmart has a better selection and better bulk packaging that we buy for cheap, that we will divide up and then put into individual Ziplocs and freeze them for two people. So, like,
Makes total sense.
yeah, like we will buy like a bulk pack, and Walmart just so happens to have like really good bulk pack prices on meat. Um, but other than that, like for anything else, like we go to Walmart and it's like anywhere between $200 to $250. We go to Meyer and buy the exact same shit, and it's like around 300, 325.
Hmm.
You know, Kroger is kind of the same. Kroger is a little bit more expensive with their meat. Not so much of a great selection of the one in Lapeer. So we have done that. And actually, we have even went to Walmart, found zero Chobani's, and then had to fucking backtrack all the way to Meyer just to get some Chobani's. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But yeah.
Especially in this day and age, with the way prices on groceries, on food, have just gone through the fucking roof.
Yes.
Like I pay attention to what's going on in the news. I hear about it, but it takes something so stupid for it to register to me that this is what's happening. And the day that it happened, I was walking up to a restaurant in Grand Blanc to pick up a breakfast order that I had ordered online for Sam and I
Hmm.
after work one morning. And on the door, great big sign, handwritten, but great big sign, said, the price per egg has gone up 35 cents.
Per
And I
egg.
was like, per egg. because the price of eggs, I guess, for whatever reason, skyrocketed. Like there's a shortage of chickens laying eggs nowadays. I don't know what all is going on. But I was like, wow, that is the first time I saw something on that level that is an indication of what I've been hearing on the news. And then I started paying more attention to prices and stuff like this. I'm like, damn. So I totally understand why you're going the Walmart route.
Yeah.
Uh, it's just, man, this is not what was supposed to be. In fact, we were told that shit's going to start coming down in prices, gasoline and oil and this, and none of that's happened. You know, I'm not going to sit here and get all political, but it's fucking ignorant that we are in this day and age where we got to really sit here and think about what grocery store we're going to go to reflect to be reflective of what these places are charging, and it makes you wonder how places like Meijer and Kroger are staying in business.
Yeah.
Whereas Walmart, you know, Walmart has a stigma attached to it anyway in some areas of the country. In Lapeer, Michigan, um, it's I don't know it makes all the sense in the world why you guys are doing that.
Yeah.
Because you have a family to feed. No, it's, you know, with me, yes, I have 2 kids, but they live with their mom. You know what I mean? So when I go buy food, I'm just buying for myself, and I don't really pay as close, or I hadn't paid as close attention to it. But now here we are, even I'm just buying food for myself. I do pay attention because I'm on a budget and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine, you know, why it just, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
To be
it's like
that
$800 to $1,000 just to feed a family of 3.
that's stupid.
It's $200 to $250 a week, and that's literally just for meals for the week. And some of them are like hot dogs, even. You know, the price of eggs. I will say I have seen some things come down in price. Like eggs were like $7 for a dozen, like $7 a dozen eggs. And now they're down to, I think, like $4 a dozen, like somewhere around $4, which is still ridiculous considering, you know, 5 years ago it was only like a dollar a fucking dozen. You know, we have enough, like, we do have enough people around here that have chickens that we can just, you know, go to a roadside stand or whatever if we didn't want to even pay those prices. For farm fresh eggs, you're paying around $4 or $5 a dozen, you know. And I'm always scared that I'm gonna crack one open and there's gonna be like a live chicken in there. Like I always have that fear, like one's gonna be fertilized, and it's, you know, it's just not gonna be good for anyone because you know, that's what nightmares are made out of.
If that was to happen, would that be the end of your egg eating days? Yeah,
It would.
like it would.
Nope. Like imagine I'm baking cookies.
I was just going to say that, Amy. I was just.
Yes. Just imagine I'm baking cookies. I have this wonderful dough, and oh, it's time to put the eggs in. So I crack one right in the bowl as it's spinning, and there's a fucking bird that falls out into it. Like, I would fucking die. I would probably, like, try to uncover the dough and give it, like, mouth to mouth with the beak. You know, like I would be so fucking distraught, and then I would give it a proper burial. I would take it around back. I would dig it a grave. I would give it a little casket. And truth be told, like, you could ask Tim on this, because we had a fucking chickmunk that was in our garage, and I named him Theodore because he was fat and he was cute, and he fucking died. I don't know what the fuck he died from. I don't know if he got into my 7 dust that I used for my ant issue. I don't know what the fuck happened to Theodore, but he just died. And we had him in a box. He wasn't doing well. And like, I was trying to help him. And Tim is like, what the fuck is going on here? But I did not care. And then Theodore just passed away. So literally, if you walk onto the side of our house, like right in between our trees that are next to our garage, you will find a cross about this big.
You have got to be shitting me right now. You're ribbing me.
I will take a picture of Theodore's grave.
Mimi.
So we buried him, and he was in like a little box, and we said a little prayer, and we laid him to rest. I would do the exact same with a baby chicken that just falls out of a farm fresh egg. That shit freaks me out. I know, man. I can't help it. These little guys, they're like my friends.
Oh
How
my
can you?
God.
What would you have done? Just tossed him away like a piece of trash? He had a life too.
It's a chipmunk. It's a
The
chipmunk.
cutest, fattest chipmunk that ever lived in
Did
my
you feed it?
garage. I would
Did
have.
you did you feed it? Was
I
this thing a pet? If it was a pet, I'll give you that.
it,
But if you weren't feeding it, it wasn't a pet.
I don't
It was.
I don't think I had the opportunity to feed it. It
Then
looked very well fed. I think it was, again, I think he was eating things that he shouldn't have ate in my garage.
But you weren't taking food out to it. You weren't. It didn't have
No,
a
because
little.
I didn't want to attract the neighborhood cats. I didn't know I didn't have a little bowl for it or anything. I would have. Like when he got sick and he looked upset and we put him in the box. Um we did put some cat food in there for it to eat to come back to health, and like we did put a little water in there as well just in case, but he never sprang back. He just died.
Didn't kick out of it.
No, it was really sad.
Mm,
And his little it's like it's made out of, like, his cross is made out of little popsicle sticks.
of course it is. Is his name on it?
I It could be, actually. I think so. I think it's written like on the, yeah. It could be. I'll take a picture and I'll show you.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Maybe we'll post it underneath the link
Rip
when we
Theodore.
this R.I.P. Oh my God, rip.
I know. If I had the same empathy for humans as I do these little creatures that live in my garage.
All right, where you at on groundhogs?
I think they're cute, but I understand the destruction that they cause, and I only understand the destruction that they cause only because of Tim, because I tried to save one. There is a groundhog that's like totally underneath my shed right now, and he is
Mm-hmm.
wreaking havoc. And he
Mm-hmm.
tried to come and dig underneath. Okay, the first one tried to come and dig underneath our garage. And actually, I was getting pissed because I thought that he was going to dig up Theodore's grave, because Theodore passed away a couple of years ago. And his grave is still very, very nice and very there. Um and this
Like
groundhog,
you maintain this chipmunk's resting place.
yes. If you would have seen his tiny little face and his tiny little body and his tiny little like tail and his little cheeks, I know, you would have fell in love with him too. You would have. He was. He didn't like do any tricks for me or anything. It reminded me of the mouse from the Green Mile, Mr. Jingles.
Jingles, yeah. I'm writing down this idea for a new T-shirt that's going to be coming to the online store. R.I.P. Theodore. But the T is going to be a cross made out of popsicle sticks. Popsicle sticks. You're funny. You are funny.
So Tim killed the groundhog that was trying to burrow underneath our garage, and then he explained to me the damage that groundhogs cause. Although I was really upset about him shooting the groundhog, and when I say shooting, I mean with his bow and arrow. And
oh, he went all Rambo on it.
Well, he didn't want to shoot a gun because we're right next to another house, and that's illegal. So he had to get his hunting bow. So he got that bitch out, and he like lured it kind of like to the what is it called? Not a gutter. The ditch. The ditch. Lured it out to the ditch. Pulled back. Groundhog no more. And that bitch was big. Well, now we got another back there because Tim filled in the hole next to the garage, and then he filled in the hole back by the shed. And of course, there's another. And we think that his tunnel goes from our shed to the neighbor's shed in the next yard over, because unless there's like two of the exact identical woodchuck, groundhog, woodchuck, whatever, that bitch went under our shed, and Tim seen it pop up in the neighbor's shed in their little underneath, and I was just like, so Tim now has you've been at our house. Have you ever like noticed, like went to the bathroom downstairs and noticed that there's a gun in the fucking corner of the bathroom?
No, I haven't.
Like right next to the dryer? That is Tim's gun that he'll go to the bathroom and he will sit there and watch out the bathroom window to see if he can see the damn groundhog. And then he'll slide open the window, he'll put his gun, like, in the window. He will take aim and just wait for a fucking kill shot. He has not gotten one yet, but I think this groundhog's days are numbered. He's getting more brazen. So I don't like that.
Huge groundhog problem in Davison when I lived in Davison.
Yeah.
I lived right next to Alan's funeral home.
Yeah.
We had a huge problem, and back behind that property was that big field before they started shit on it, right? So I bet you I tagged a good 8-9 groundhogs in my time there with a 22. And I would sit there and wait for it. Nasty, nasty motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Because you would see it run its fat ass up the fucking hill and go underneath our back deck there. Well, I knew what was going on. So when I saw it out, I'm like, oh, damn right. Like, and I went all Rambo. Like, I got all covert about it. You know what I mean? Like, I was just sitting there waiting for it. And as soon as that bitch popped up, fucking tagged them.
Yeah. Yeah. They're very destructive. Like, they ruin the foundation of your home. Like,
my dad's shed at his house. And that motherfucker is like, he knows he's in Lapeer. He knows he's in the city limits of Lapeer. I'm not my dad. I'm talking about the groundhog, because that motherfucker will just sashay his fat ass out there, knowing that we can't shoot him or thinks that we can't shoot him. Because I'm like, tag this motherfucker. He's like, I can't shoot him. Give it to me. Go get it. I'm going to do it. He's like, what if you miss? I don't miss. If it's a groundhog, I am on it. I got so good at that, Amy.
Yeah.
And now couple of them, I had to hit it a couple times.
Yeah.
Because you would hit it the first time, and it would flop on the ground and do all this shit. You know what I mean? And then I have to tag it again.
Yeah.
But then I got so good at it, right between the eyes, man, and like that big move, just. Then I would scoop it up and throw it over the fence into the field. So when they started building that shit back there,
they probably found all sorts of corpses.
I'm wondering what people thought when they saw. I mean, unless another animal had gotten a hold of it, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was a groundhog graveyard back there, and I did not give a single solitary fuck, if I could be honest with you.
There was one time there was a possum that had gotten in our garage, and it like lived. It like, we didn't realize, and it was a big nasty possum. Those things, those are not cute.
I hate them.
Like, get that the fuck out of my garage. And Tim and Matt went there with a BB gun, started fucking shooting it. Well, these things, you cannot hurt it with a BB gun. Like, it did not fucking care that you were shooting a...
Not unless you get it right in the eyeball.
Right. And there was no, like, it was just, like, huddled, like, in the corner of our garage. So Tim was like, okay, this is not working. It's not scaring him. He's not moving. So Tim, like, got this rope, got, like, the end of a fucking mop stick, like, tied it. Oh, like, fashioned this garrote thing and fucking swooped it, pulled the garrote, walked it down across to our neighbor's house, and let it go. He was like, get out of here. And it never returned. But that thing was the biggest fucking possum I have ever seen in my life. And man, it was nasty looking.
Yeah.
It was like teeth and its big old fucking snout, and it's like fucking hissing at you, and I'm just like, get that fucking thing out of here. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But the chickmunks, I got you. Like, we got some fat ass squirrels too. I don't mind feeding those. We got some bumblebees that I really like, that pollinate all of our flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Just, doing their job, little fat little bumblebees. And then Tim told me, because they return, and I'm always, one of his name is Bumble. I'm so fucking original.
Well, that's original.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm so original. So Bumble, I was like, oh, Bumble returned. There's Bumble. It's out of hiding. And Tim's like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Beast dies like every year. Like, that's not the same fucking bee. It's like a different bee every year. He's like, you do know that, right? And I'm just like, shut your fucking mouth. It's the same bee. Like, he's my dude, and this is okay. And so, we say hello, and we just leave him alone and let him do his thing and shit. But yeah. Tim's trying to make me think that my fucking bumblebee dies every year. And this is simply not true.
Well,
he just don't know.
Right. Oh my goodness. Well, listen, I knew coming in here today, because I didn't have a specific topic. We were just going to sit down, much like we used to do on the Real podcast. Just sit down and just have a conversation, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we covered grocery store etiquette.
Fuck them assholes.
Fuck them all. I mean, I could have gone. Well, we'll save that for another week. We covered Theodore, the chipmunk.
Theodore.
But Amy Pet got a T-shirt coming for him soon to the online store, which I do want to make mention of this, because as we're recording this, earlier this morning, the fall lineup went live.
Oh my god, it's fucking amazing. We already have our order and shit in our cart. We just
let me go ahead
and pulled the trigger
and give folks a preview. If you have not checked it out, it is PFC Fall 2025 www.printify.me. Here we have a lineup of long sleeve youth shirts. These are the varsity jackets. Now, I told you, or I told Tim, one of you guys, these were going to start going fast. Not just specifically our designs, but the colors of the shirts or of the varsity jackets. I could tell you right now that the black and gold, like we see here, sold out.
No shit.
White, yeah, white and red, sold out.
No shit.
Yeah, fucking insane. Because not only did they just get released by us, they just got released by Printify. But as a content creator, we were allowed to design, upload to our store, and have it ready to launch when Printify was ready to launch. And yeah, the black and gold and the red and white gone right now. But I did get an email. They are ramping up the production with their distributors. So hopefully they're going to be back in stock very, very soon. So if that's a color scheme that you're wanting and they are sold out, keep checking back every few days. And I will try to keep track of it, and I will pass that information along because I have this one in my cart, the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network one.
Yeah, it totally seems your speed.
So I got that one in my cart, and then down here we start getting into the football jerseys.
Yeah,
these are.
So I decided to go with the black with the pink lettering. It just looks so sharp. Like I wanted the pink thing, like the all pink, but it seems more of like a dusty pink to me.
Yeah.
But that is just, it pops. It's so sharp. So that's the one that's in my cart right now.
This is the Amy Sheridan one, and then Tim, because he's such a superstar.
I know. He got the black. Yeah, the black with the blue is in is in our cart as well.
This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one turned out pretty slick. Then this one is in my cart. The awesome 24/7. And then this is Brian Balf's. Actually, oh no, Q got one too because
yeah, I seen Q's. I really like the white one for Q.
I don't know why I went purple on his, but
he seems. I thought that's what his colors were because he's got those suits and stuff. Like he dresses sharp. Like
these are Eric Mandel's our newest addition to the PFC family. He requested number 56.
I know. So, he was like the odd one out because Brian got like 22. I got 24. Tim got 25. No, 17. You got 25.
Yeah, Sports Reel, the actual Sports Reel podcast was 25. And I got asked, why is it number 25? Well, because we're in 2025. So...
There you go.
Then we got the new PFC Entertainment Network hoodies. The I forgot what the hell I called them, but got all kinds of cool shit. And then we have some the new backpacks. I don't know if you. I know you did.
Yep, like we went through the whole shebang.
This one turned out really cool.
It did. It looks really good.
I was real happy with how that turned out. New insulated travel mugs, beanies, notepads, mouse pads, and lunch bags. And make no mistake, there will be even more on the horizon. I just wanted to get the store up because, this brain does not shut down.
Right.
And I was like, oh, man, that would be a great idea, such as the RIP Theodore shirt. So keep checking back for when that's going to get launched.
Yes.
Oh, hell's bells. Anything else on your mind? Anything else you want to get out there before we put a bow on this?
Well, my company just arrived. I just heard them come in, so
Perfect timing.
exactly. This couldn't have went any better.
Well, we appreciate everybody who tuned in for this week's episode, and you can check out our socials for all the latest news and information on this show and all of our great shows. You can check out Amy's husband, Tim, his buddy Eric, and myself on Tuesday nights live for the Sports Reel podcast across the platforms of the PFC Entertainment Network. With that, go out this week, be awesome to yourselves and to each other, and we'll see you next week right here on the Klaus of the Heart podcast, the flagship show of the PFC Entertainment Network.